Hey, this is Chosen Scriptures, and today is Testimonial Tuesdays. And today's testimonial is traveling while targeted or traveling while targeted. The focus is still on Georgia, but we're actually moving now to ATL. No more Augusta. And I do want to end my Augusta final testimony there. I'm not sure if this is a testimony, but I think it is. But when I was in the hotel there, in one of the MAR hotels or MAR hotels, I'm not going to go into detail of the exact name of the hotel, but I stayed there. Actually, there was two of them. One on one side of the street and the other MAR on the other side of the street hotel. And I stayed at the MAR the first 2 days. And the first 2 days did not go well at all. That was just Augusta was just so odd. I've never had such poor hotel experiences as a chosen targeted person. Believe me, I'm serious. But anyway, at the first MAR that I stayed in, it was so bad. It smelled like a person, like a musty person was in the room. Only in one section. It was only at the desk area. Only at the desk area near the window. It seems like a person was in the room. It smelled really, really weird, like only in that one section. But anyway, I ignored it because obviously there wasn't a person in there. It was just me in there. But again, I stayed 2 nights. The second night, the first night I lost my shea butter, actually. A pound of shea butter disappeared like overnight, believe it or not. A pound of shea butter. How can you lose a pound of shea butter? You put it on yourself at night. You wake up the following morning. It's nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. But anyway, that was the first night. Second night, I woke up with mosquito bites. This is recent. I woke up with mosquito bites. I think they were mosquito bites. The hotel front desk person said they were mosquito bites, or she thought they were mosquito bites. I thought they were spider bites because the bites were huge, and they were on my left arm, and there was 4 of them, but 3 were visible. The 4th one, I would have to pull up my sweater or my blouse up pretty high in order to see it. But the 3 that were visible on my my lower arm, wrist area, or I guess from the wrist to the elbow, there were 3 large ones, and it got bigger as the day progressed. But they were big. They were like golf ball size, swelling on my left arm. So of course, I checked out of that hotel. I'm at work. This is work. So they were able to get me out of the hotel and get me to the nicer one or newer one that was across the street. The first one I really wanted to stay in because it had a full-size kitchen, and I like to cook my own meals. I really do, for various reasons. I'll go into that later. But anyway, so I preferred the first one. But the second one was newer, so I said no problem. So they moved me to the other MAR and in Augusta still. And we're going to move out of Augusta and go to ATL. But again, I'm still here in Augusta. I want to kind of complete this Augusta part. So they moved me to the new hotel, which is across the street the following day. Check in, again, nice. The hotel across the street was newer. Again, there was no kitchen there. There was no kitchen. It was just a small room, pretty much, a small typical hotel room, but it did have a refrigerator. It had a microwave and a refrigerator. I couldn't do any cooking in there, but I was still happy to have a microwave and a refrigerator. So I was able to store food in there, and so the first night was nice, clean, bright. Second night, the second night was okay. But I think it's the third night, then there was an issue. The third night, and that was Sunday, because I was so happy to check in early, get some rest, ready to go to my new assignment that Monday morning. So Sunday, I'm at this Mar in Augusta. But long story short, the I think that was the third night, the third day there. That night around maybe 6 after dinner. Yeah, after dinner or during dinner, I had went out to the area, found some really good barbecue. And Augusta, just despite the gang stalking and the craziness, Augusta has the best food. Augusta has the best food. I gotta say it, but so soul food, the best soul food. So I went to this barbecue restaurant. It was it's a pretty decent restaurant. It's really popular, and it only had 3 stars. But I still can't believe why it only has 3 stars according to Yelp. But it only had 3 stars. But the food was to me so delicious. And I had barbecue. They had collard greens, all types of things that I ordered. But anyway, that night at around 7 o'clock, I started to smell like a strong bacterial odor. Yeah, like bacteria, like bacteria. It's like stale old bacteria started to come into my room. And I'm like, what is this? I thought maybe it was the tea, not the tea, but the not the tea, the coffee pot. Because the coffee pot had all the cups where you could make your coffee, or that the cups that you use for your tea or for your coffee. So I thought it was there because I smelled a staunch odor in that area. So well, maybe it's coming from the coffee pot. And so it was just so loud. And I just smelled it in that corner at that time, that night. I just smelled it in a corner. So I didn't know. Again, I thought it was that. So I called the hotel clerk, and he came up, and he's like, I only smell barbecue. I don't smell anything but barbecue. I don't smell anything but barbecue. But to me, the barbecue smell was just, it disappeared. Because I guess that bacterial fungi, some type of strong bacterial odor that was coming in my room. Kid you not. So anyway, I'm like, okay, that's fine. So what he did, I said, well, can you take the coffee out of my room? Can you take this coffee machine out of my room? Maybe it's some stale, maybe sugar or whatever, maybe something stale in there. Take it out of my room. And he did. And he also brought up some air freshener. He sprayed the floors with this air freshener. Anyway, that's fine. Okay, the barbecue, okay, it was smelling so good, so maybe that did distract him, so, okay, no problem. So the next morning, he said, well, just come down. If you still smell the odor, just come down and we'll change your room. So the following day, that Monday, after work, I returned to the hotel, and the odor, there was no longer barbecue smell at all. It was, at that time, staunch strong bacterial, stale sugar, old mold, breaded mold. I can't even explain it, but it was a bacterial smell in my room. It was just reeking after work. It was just reeking. And I returned downstairs and I said, hey, you got to move me. I said, I cannot stay in this room. And they said there was no rooms available. I noticed the hotel was really jam-packed when I returned. That Sunday was nobody there, hardly, but me and like 3 other people. Kid you not. Monday, this odor, and the hotel was packed, they told me, and they cannot move me. But long story short, I'm going to finish this Augusta. Maybe I'll go to ATL next week. Testimonial Tuesday, because it's getting long. So anyway, Monday, the hotel clerk was a lady this time. And she said, the front desk person, she said that she would go to my room. I said, can you come to my room so you can know what I'm smelling? I said, you have to get me into a new room. So she did. She came up. And then she said, well, and I said, well, your colleague, he came to my room last night. He can smell anything. And she said, well, right now he's in some